In this tutorial video, we're going to learn how to use the keypad of the iS7 inverter, explore its menus and parameter groups, and see how to navigate between groups and change parameter values. There are various buttons on the iS7 inverter's keypad. One of these buttons is the mode button. We use the mode button to move between the inverter's parameter menus. The next button is the enter button, also known as the probe button. We use this button to enter a parameter or to confirm a set value. The next button is the ESC button. Whenever we want to go back one step, we need to use the ESC button. The next button is the multi button. This button is used for accessing customized groups or for certain functions like jog. But the next buttons are the right and left buttons. If we want to move from one group to another or change a value within a parameter, we use the right and left buttons. The next buttons are the up and down buttons on the inverter. To move between parameters within a group and to change their values, we use the up and down buttons. The next button is the FWD button, or forward. If we want to issue the command to rotate to the right from the keypad, we use the FWD button, or forward. And the next button is the reverse button, for commanding rotation to the left. And the last button is the stop or reset button. If we want to reset a fault on the inverter or issue a stop command to the electric motor, we use the stop or reset button. The iS7 inverter has 5 user menus. The first menu of this inverter is the monitor menu. The second menu is the parameter menu. The next menu is the user monitor menu. The fourth menu is the trip menu. And the last menu is the CNF menu, which stands for configuration. Let's get to know each of these menus and see how we can actually access them. The first menu of the inverter is the monitor menu. As soon as you power up the inverter, this menu is displayed for you. For example, in this section, this menu shows which parameter menu you are currently in. Here, the word mode is written, which means you are in the monitor menu. The next section here shows you from which point your start-stop location and your frequency setting are being controlled. For example, the left side of the backslash shows that your start-stop location is set to the terminal, and the right side of the backslash shows that your frequency setting is on the keypad. The next section is for the multi-key. If you have used the multi-key for operations like local/remote or jog, it will be displayed for you in this section. And if you haven't used it, it will be shown as N or none. And the next section shows the current status of the inverter. It tells you whether your inverter is currently in run or forward mode, or if it is in stop mode. The rest of the parameters you see can be customized, and at the end of this video, we'll go through how to do that together. The next menu of the inverter is the parameter menu, which we access by pressing the mode key to move to the next menu, that is, the parameter menu. In this menu, we enter the inverter's parameter groups. So whenever we want to access the inverter's parameter groups, it's enough to press the mode key once in the monitor menu to enter the parameter menu. The next menu of the iS7 inverter is the trip menu. Again, by pressing the mode key, we go to this menu and enter the trip menu. In this menu, we can view all the errors that have occurred in the inverter, along with all their details. And the last menu is the CNF menu, or the configuration menu. To access this menu as well, we need to press the mode key to enter the CNF or configuration menu. Through this menu, we can perform a factory reset on the inverter, We can change the language of our keypad and perform some operations to customize the inverter's keypad. Let's go through an example from the CNF menu together. In this example, we want to customize the inverter's keypad. On line 1, instead of frequency, we want it to display RPM. On line 3, instead of voltage, we want it to show the status of the digital inputs. And in this part of the keypad, we want it to display the value of the analog input voltage as a percentage. Let's go ahead and do the settings together. First, we press the mode button twice to enter the CNF menu. With the down button, we go to parameter CNF21 to set up line 1. We press the enter button to enter this parameter. After entering, we use the down button to go to the speed option and press enter again. Next, for line 3, we use the down button to go to parameter CNF23 and press the enter button again. With the down button, we go to the digital input status option, and to confirm this value, we press enter again. For the settings of the upper part of the keypad, we use the up button to go to parameter CNF20. We press the enter button to enter this parameter. Using the down button, we go to the V1 monitor option. Then we press the enter button so the value we've set gets confirmed. Using the ESC key, we go back until we reach the main page of the inverter. You can see that the initial page of the inverter keypad is displayed for us according to the settings we've made. The LS inverter has 12 parameter groups, 9 of which are permanently displayed on the keypad, and 3 of them, like the IET, APO, and M2 groups, are shown depending on the settings we configure on the inverter. Let's go through the groups tag by tag and see how we can actually access these parameter groups. The first parameter group in the pseudo inverter is the DRV group. This group includes basic parameters such as maximum frequency, base frequency, start/stop location, frequency setting location, and other basic parameters. The next group is the BAS or basic group. All the parameters of the electric motor and the parameters related to inverter control are included in this group. The next group is the ADV or advanced group. All the functional features of the inverter are in the advanced group, and we need to enter the advanced group to activate these features. The CN group is related to inverter control. If we want to make settings related to the inverter's operating modes, which are sensorless, VFO, and vector, we need to enter the CN group, which is the control group. The next group is the IN group, which stands for inverter input. If we want to make settings for the inverter's digital or analog inputs, we need to enter the IN group. The next group is the out group. Now, if we want to configure the analog or digital outputs, we should focus on the out group, like relay outputs or transistor outputs. The next group is the COM group, which stands for communication. If we want to configure the network settings on the inverter, we need to enter the COM parameter group. The next group is the app group, which stands for application. If we want to set up the inverter for PID control, we need to enter the app parameter group. And finally, the last group is the PRT group, which stands for protection. All protective functions, such as overload fault, motor overcurrent fault, and all parameters related to motor protection or the inverter's own protection, must be set in the PRT group, which is the protection group. Now, how do we enter the parameter groups? And how do we move from one parameter group to another? We need to use the right and left buttons to switch between the parameter groups. We press the mode button. Right now, we're in the DRV group and we want to go to the base group. By pressing the right button, you can see that you move from the DRV group to the base group. Now I want to go from the base group to the next group. I press the right button again and enter the parameter group IB, or Advanced. In the same way, by pressing the right button, we move between parameter groups and can go from one group to another. For example, we want to go to the DRV group and set the DRV01 parameter to 30. As we said, to enter the parameter menu, we need to press the mode button. We press the mode button. We see that we've entered the parameter menu. Right now, we're in the DRV group, which is the first parameter group of the LS inverter. We press the down button once to go to the DRV01 parameter. To enter the DRV01 parameter, as we said, we use the enter button. We press the enter button to enter this parameter. After entering this parameter, we need to set it to the value 30. To move between the digits of a parameter, we have to use the right and left buttons. We press the left button and go to the tens digit of this number. Using the up button, we set it to 3. And again, to confirm this set value, we press the enter button. You can clearly see that our DRV01 parameter is now precisely set to the value of 30, which is the desired setting.